Alright, here we are for, I guess, an unboxing video for BotG Fat Pack. BotG Fat Pack. We're at the Grid Games in Manchester, Connecticut. Wonderful store. Anyways, let's get to it. This set just came out. What day is it? Today. Yeah, not the best, but whatever. So as usual, you get some cardboard and the booklet. And I guess let's look at the booklet first. Cool thing. I like to slip through this, but I always like to mock Wizards what they think the top cards are in the set. So if we go here, here we are. This one you can see they think Koira is the top card in the set. Yeah, it's not so bad. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good. Yeah,
Koira's top card. Well, maybe not the best, but near the top. Xenagos. BotG. Paints here. Faded Infatuation. I'm surprised to see that so high. So, the ones I think are at the top from what they show here is BotG, probably Koira, Xenagos, and then I would say this is probably one of the top cards right there. This should be on this page over here. The Fanatic of Xenagos and Stirring Blood. That's pretty good. I'm not sold on this Hero of Torment though, but Chromanticore, no, there's no way it should be in the top 10. That's just garbage. But, anyways, this is what they think. I think Hero of Eros definitely belongs in the top 10. You think of any ones that should be on the top?
Mogus.
Oh yeah, where's Mogus? Kind of crazy, isn't it? But you gotta look at, that's why you get these things, because you gotta laugh at what they think the top 10 are. And then they have, you know, all the cards on the set, and a little bit of the story in the beginning. What's going on? I'll read this later. Should be pretty interesting. So here's what you actually get. You get the booklet, as we said, and then you get the, how many packs? 9 packs and a pack of lands, and then these useless. Do you want these?
No.
These are useless
deck boxes.
Deck boxes.
And the spin down.
Yeah, I get spin down. Black's my favorite color, so I'm glad to see I got black. These deck boxes are cool, but they don't fit sleeve decks, and I don't know anyone who plays with non-sleeve decks, so
I just usually use them to store like bulk rares. Yeah,
I guess you could do that. So they're not completely useless. Throw them in for a trade or something if you want, or just give them to some kids who just start playing Magic. I like it's coming on the box itself. You get a lot of product people don't realize when you get one of these things. You get one of these really useful boxes. This one has Xenagos as a god. I don't know. Its storyline is Xenagos becomes a god, so it's born of the gods. I don't know. I
think something like that.
Yeah, well, this one looks pretty sharp. I like the colors that they use, and the Magic logo looks really nice against the beige there. Anyways, let's crack some packs open. And let's go through these. I'll separate them in rarity piles, and the limited chaff I'll just throw over to the side. So, here we go. How do people usually do this? Whatever. So I'll just go through and see if there's anything really good. I'll pull it aside. I'm looking for mostly standard stuff that I think is going to be in standard. Do you think Charging Badger's going to be good in standard? Probably not. No. But who knows? From there. Low Pegasus, Riddler Transformation. I think this guy is going to be good in standard. Nyxborn Rollicker. He's just 2 mana, and you can bestow him to another creature. Get +1/+1, so they go to Wrath and everything. You have a creature there at the Wrath. And you think he's a fine early drop. I see him as a 1 or 2 drop. He's fine. I really like him.
He's a great early game for like red deck wins or any kind of red aggro deck.
Yeah, here's one of my favorites. Archetype of Aggression gives your whole team trample. And yeah, he's just a 3/2 trampler, but yeah, I think that you're playing him in sort of a red-green build. Gives all those big green guys trample, which is really good.
Or big red guys, too.
Yeah. And here's the rare. Oh, here we go. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but anyways. Plus just stuff that's mostly limited. Raised by Wolves, I think it's a little bit expensive for standard, but I'm not too sure because I see this is good in a ramp deck. Maybe a deck that might be playing Wolves. Imagine this back in Innistrad.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been fantastic. So
it might see more play if they come out with another Wolf token generator.
Yeah. So maybe it's a funny DH card, or you know, if you're making a fun wolf deck with the werewolves and everything, this would be fine for that deck because it makes wolves. So we'll pull them aside there. And then Arbiter of the Ideal, which I kind of like on paper, but in practice, And maybe you say I'm in paper as well, but in practice, this is a little bit too slow because it's 6 mana. It gets you 4/5 for 6. So let's just start there. Flyer, 4/5 flyer for 6. That's okay. Not. But I'm looking for mostly for constructed formats. I might play this in like an EDH enchantment deck because it makes everything brings back into play or brings into play our enchantments, which increases your enchantment count. And especially cards that are looking for the number of enchantments in play, like the. Sphere of Safety?
Sphere of Safety.
Sphere of Safety
and,
would be a good act with that.
The armor.
Oh yeah, the armor.
Ethereal armor.
But we're talking about really those decks are really cheap, and we're talking about 6-drop here, so it's kind of a lot of early drops. And then there's this guy. If he was a little bit cheaper with that ability, it would be fantastic. But you know, Wizards being what they are, they're kind of mean safe, so they made this guy cost 6. So like if he was a 2/3 flyer for maybe 4 or 5 with that ability. Definitely be playing it.
I think it'd be Mythic at that point.
Yeah, it might be Mythic, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. That's what I like to see. I mean, a ability that's interesting like that, I would like that to be in the Mythic. So here we are on pack number 2 of 9, so I'll try to hurry up. Okay, so I don't think this is constructed worthy, because this is a 2/1.
And top of that, it only targets auras.
Yeah, that's true. Just auras. This is definitely limited. This might be okay for a heroic deck. I mean,
it's another 2-drop and it also flies, so that's a good possibility.
Yeah. So it's just flying heroic. There's nothing really special to say here. This guy is one of the better and probably the best inspired guy. I don't know if he's constructed worthy, but I think he might be. Just because if you just play him as a 3/3, he doesn't really get a lot of value. But if you can get in, and especially if you're bestowing him or you have some sort of pump, he can really be worth it or become a great investment and earn more value than his cost pretty quickly, like a turn or two. Yeah, so if in a good aggro deck with a lot of burn, maybe I would play this guy. I would think about it anyways. And Kiora's Follower, I think, is going to be great, especially with cards that untap, like the wall that produces mana, the 0/3. What's it called? I can't remember right now.
Caritage?
Yeah, what's
Sylvan
that? Sylvan Carid. Sorry, guys. But yeah, everyone's like, yeah, Sylvan Carid. So how come you don't remember that? Well, I don't. So anyways, you know, getting 2 mana and plus all the other abilities that you can get by untapping. In fact, there's this little combo here in Limited. If you get this, you're pretty happy. Play this guy. If this guy's already in play him. If he has Springleaf Drum or something, tap him, then untap him, and he already grows right off the bat. So look out for this combo if you're playing Limited. So Glimpse of the God, I don't really like it. Oh, this guy. This is a terrible rare. Okay. So he's heroic. So he's 2. He's a 2/1 for 2. He's heroic, so you constantly have to. This guy's so bad he needs the spotlight all by himself. You constantly have to spend spells to make him worth anything. He only mills how many? 3. So he's not really that good of a mill card.
Well, he exiles. He doesn't just mill it.
Yeah, but still milling. It's pseudo mill. And then in addition, finally, you want to counter something that he had milled previously. You got real lucky in Standard, and you still have to sacrifice him, and you still have to pay 2 blue. It'd be okay if you did sacrifice him, but now you have to pay 2 blue. If it was 2 blue and you didn't have to sacrifice him, it'd be a little bit broken. But the fact that you have to do 2, both of those things, just to counter a spell maybe, it's terrible. And in fact, and then he's also 2/1. I mean, the only reason this guy would ever be played would be because he's 2 blue in Devotion. That's it. And I don't think he's good enough.
No, so, the mage is a lot better. The one that locks down a red or green creature.
Yeah. So this guy, beautiful artwork. He's a wolf. You can play him in your wolf deck. Yeah, he looks cool. But bestow costs for a 3/1 +3/+1. 5 bestow is too much.
I think they did the 5 bestow on all the 3-drop.
You think?
Nyxborn cards. I think so. Because they did that with the blue one, which is 2/3, which is that.
Yeah, a lot of things they're doing with this. One of the guys, which you didn't see in the first set, was that really cheap bestow cards. There's one in white I love. He's just 2 colorless and 1 white to bestow. This guy's fantastic. It activates all the heroic and everything. It's cheap. He's good by himself. He's a 1-drop. This card is fantastic. This card, this is constructed worthy, and you can see the difference. This guy, for 5, you should have flash or something like that. But whatever. He's like, what do you want for a common? That's what common for limited. Man, nice foil though. I like foils. So
the new Nyx, any of the foils with the Nyx, the enchantment, that border looks just spectacular.
Yeah, I agree. And then we got a gold, which goes with, my goodness.
Guild.
Guild, yeah, the gold. Maybe we'll get it. The Guild back card. Pretty cool. I don't know why they chose Pegasus, but...
Because it's the picture of the... On the
yeah,
card.
but they could have made anything gold. I don't know if why they're being symbolic with the Pegasus. They could have made an owl. An owl would have been cool. Like a little wink to, what do you call it? Oh, God, the movie with the Kraken.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The,
yeah.
Our memories are not what they used to be.
I can't remember. So anyways, moving along. Next pack here.
Clash of the Titans or something?
Oh, yeah, Clash of Titans. The original Clash of Titans.
Yes.
Alright, so here we go. Nice mill card. But don't know if he's good enough. Got another Fairies Band Tromper. This guy's okay. He gets a land and puts it in your hand, so maybe constructed worthy. Definitely ADH if you want.
I think he might actually see modern with Dredge.
What's that? Oh yeah, that's right. He
puts them to the graveyard. So
yeah,
that's a possibility.
Kick off your dredge engine. Interesting. Here's Crypsis. This is a really cool limited card. Because it's so specific, I don't know if it'll see constructed play, because it only gives them pro creatures, but still, it's a good sideboard card, possibly. And it's good, it untaps, so it can trigger Inspired. How every time I get a good untap ability, I also have a Fierce Tromper to show it. So I play on top and get a creature.
Both of them have been green-blue, so yeah. I think this box is trying to tell you something.
Wizard's trying to tell me something here. Yeah, so let me go along here. Oh man, these guys, fantastic. I mean, in limited, but God, if you can figure out a way to keep these guys protected in standard, every time they untap, every time they get a threaten ability, it's just fantastic. To have a reusable threaten like that, take their best guy every time, crazy. You know, that with Springleaf Drum or something like that to protect them, because they're kind of small and squishy. For 5-drop, 3/2 is really squishy. So you have a lot of things going on to get them to be able to do their ability. But I don't know, maybe there's going to be a big red build in the future where this is a 1-dropper or one or two of, to kind of put the game away. So I'm going to keep on. This guy I really love him. He's there's a lot of reasons I love this guy. Okay, so mono white weenie doesn't care about the 2 white. In fact, it likes the 2 white because what's the one guy that didn't get played in the first set?
Heliod.
Heliod. Now Heliod's going to see play because we got a solid 2-drop 2/2 to go with all the other solid 2-drop 2/2s that we have, like the guy who makes soldiers. We got Vermaz. Yeah, there's
Captain of the Watch.
Yeah, Captain of the Watch. He's a 2-drop 2/2. So Heliod can get online real quick, and then he's got the Heliod Sphere, which is you want to be playing the Spear in a mono white weenie deck. So Heliod's going to get online as well. He also goes well with Ephera because he puts a 1/1. He's a token generator, so he's going to be putting tokens into play. So her draw ability is going to trigger kind of often. So either a straight white weenie build or a white blue build, I would put this guy in. Definitely like that guy. Definitely need a play set. Alright, Pinnacle Rage. Hey, this is a really good limited card that I never seen to get to play. 3 damage to 2 target creatures or players. I mean, that's great. Oh, you get the Phoenix. What do you think about this one?
$10 card when it was shown.
No, well, I'm not talking about value. What do you think about the card? I think this is a fine card.
Yeah, I think it's a fine card. It has the Phoenix ability if the tribute wasn't paid. Other than that, you get a 5/5 flyer for 4.
Yeah, 5/5 flyer for 4 in red, which usually doesn't get things above the curve that much. And most of the time, they're not going to tribute. They're not going to give you a 5/5 for 4. So you're going to get a recurable Phoenix, which does it have haste if you don't pay it? It gains haste, yeah. So if they don't tribute, you get a 3/3 haste. Haster for 4. People play Chandra's Phoenix. That's recurable. You have to spend the burn to get it back. I think this is going to see play. I really like this card.
So I think that's why it was one of the mythics that was rated up there.
Yeah. I think this is undervalued at the moment. We'll see. Not here to make big judgments here, big predictions. Just open some cards. Alright. So I'm going to go through these real quick. Crypsis again. Now this card is a bomb in limited. Holy cow!
Is it the snake?
Yeah, the game.
The 4/4 for 5.
You should just all the time give your opponent 4 life. Don't even worry about it unless you're going to kill him the next turn, and you got, like, the only time I would ever not let them have 4 life is if I had lethal on board or close to lethal the next turn if I just swung through with my whole team. Other than that, you let them gain 4 life, because you don't want to deal, this guy is, you don't want to deal with the 7/7 that they only spent 5 mana on. And it's so splashable, it's just ridiculous. This is a bomb rare and limited. Okay, and the Constrictors again. Okay, we got 2 Vanguards. Another Pinnacle. Oh. And then the rare is Whelming Wave, which I find kind of underwhelming. But I'm sure everyone has made that joke already. This returns all creatures to their hands, unless it's the Leviathan or all the big fat fat blue creatures. Not so good.
It might see sideboard play with Kiora.
I think it might see sideboard play with Muddle Bush.
That's true as well.
I mean, if you're really screwed, but I don't want to be. You don't want to be bouncing like merchants back to their hands for replay.
Or fanatics either.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what we're talking about here. We're talking about. Oh, never mind. I was going to say we're talking about cheap bestow creatures, and then I show you a guy with 5. I was thinking about somebody else. Refraction Helix. I kind of like this in limited. Gives a guy tap to bounce. The only problem is they have to be able to tap that turn. So if you just play a guy, you can't really play this guy, and you can't play a spell on him, and they won't be able to do anything. They won't be able to tap. So Bolt of Cronus. This it's solid, but it's a sorcery. That's the only thing it doesn't have going for it. Snake again. These packs have the same cards. It's like you get into a stream of them, and it's the same cards one after another. This card is very underwhelming. For 4 mana, you tap to scry 1, then draw a card. Oh, wait, did I read that card right? Okay, never mind. It's a good card. For 4 mana, you get a creature who can scry, dig 1 deep, and then draw. That's fantastic. I actually never see this in the Seal Pools.
Yeah, don't you need to tap it so it can help out with the inspiration without attacking?
Yeah, it's also a good inspiration enabler. So, good card and limited. Hey, I don't know. I was completely wrong on this one. I like this one a lot. Okay, this Heroic guy. Each opponent discards a card. If you can, in limited. I get this guy a lot in my pulls, but I never play him.
I usually just use him as a 1/3 filler.
Because Heroic. Oh my God, Jared, this is what a pack. All right, let's just get to it. Big Burmaz.
What?
Yeah, baby. Now we're talking. All right, so let's talk about this guy real quick. If you don't read him very well, he doesn't seem very good. But here's what you get for only 3 mana. You get, first off, you get Devotion right off the bat, which, it's funny in Magic, you didn't care before. You would say this is what used to be a drawback, would be 2 white, would be a drawback because he wasn't splashable, is now what you want. So it's crazy. Magic is they're constantly coming up with new concepts, and they're constantly evolving the game. So anyways, you get that, which is good right now. In Modern, he's a solid 3-drop to, what am I trying to say? Pod.
Oh, yeah.
He's a solid 3-drop to pod into play, because he's a 3/4. I mean, it's well above the curve, yes, especially on a pod.
The fact that he is a 3/4 for 3. It's hard enough to find decent 3/3s for 3.
Yeah, this guy is
3/4.
Yeah, he has Standard and Modern written all over him. Okay, so whenever he attacks, not only do they get a token, they get a token who's attacking as well. When I first came out, I just thought you got a token. I didn't really read it really well. But it's attacking. Now, here's what I really like. When he blocks, not only does it get a creature and it's blocking the creature that Burmaz is blocking. So, it's really hard until you start playing against this guy. When this guy is on defense, when you first summon him, he's on defense right away. You do not want to attack into them with anything. First, you have to get over a 3/4, and then they're going to get a blocker. Most creatures that you're going to be attacking with are going to just be flat out dead. So, and then on the offense, he's just ridiculous. So, one of my favorite cards that they released. This is one of my favorite cards that they released in probably the last 2 years.
Not to mention, he's currently the highest rated card in the set at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to end up being the highest rated card.
No, I just said he's.
Yeah, I heard you. You're right. I agree.
I don't know. I mean, just like Elsbeth, he seems to be the one of the ones that has so many multiple functions that he could be a toolkit by himself.
Yeah.
Although there is the fact that he has no protection other than the fact that he is white, so the the black and the red player do have answers for him if you don't.
Yeah, he's got 4 toughness, so he's gonna die to mortars, museum mortars.
Mortars, any of the Doomblade or Hero's Downfall, and because he's not dual colors, he also has ultimate price on his head.
Yeah, but the Doomblade and the what was his ultimate price? Ultimate price is harder because you have to get him at the right time before he makes a token. Ultimate price is ultimate price is monocolored. Never mind. People who are watching this video are probably really frustrated with me right now, but whatever. Just hang in there. But if they want to Hero's Downfall him, they spent 3 mana. I spent 3 mana. It's fine. The way I look at it is they have to have the right removal at the right time to get him, and if they don't, this guy's going to start. He just starts earning value right away.
Oh, agreed.
So he doesn't even have to attack. He just has to block and he gets the value. So.
Not to mention if you combine him with Spear of Heliod.
Yeah, he's going to be out of Museum Mortar's range. Yeah, he's just a really good card. I don't know are they playing SCG? They haven't opened this weekend. I don't know what the big tournament is, but he's going to be all over the place there. And if he does well, he's going to go up again. So, anyways, next pack. So, alright, this is a really good stat pack.
2 mythics so far.
Yeah, not all mythics are worth it.
Well, so far you got two of the better ones.
Yeah, this is a real fun card in limited. He's it's basically affinity for black, affinity for black mana spells. So you get a 4/5. You know how affinity works. So everyone, if you don't, well, you should learn it. Affinity is really good, and no matter how rears its ugly head. Affinity is pretty good. So here's Mono Black Devotion Affinity. Pretty good. Cyclops. Yeah. Sunstorm, we didn't talk about that. Sunstorm's really good. Let me get this out of the way here. Sunstorm is instant speed, tap 2 creatures. It's a frost effect. It hits 2 creatures. You know, nothing amazing here. But it's solid. Frozen solid, haha. But and it's scry 1s. I mean, this is if you get the 4 mana and you're behind, this will give you 2 turns to catch up.
And for this is a really decent card in limited.
Yeah, so I'm only limited.
I think it's up there with Griptide as far as a 4-drop slot.
Yeah.
In your limited pool.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on the limited cards. This card I like a lot. And this card can be broken. Any artifact that gives creatures death touch. Now, if you go look through Magic. You'll see there's very few equipments that give creatures death touch, and they're very expensive to equip, except for that one bracelet gave lifelink and death touch.
Jumbo Basilisk Collar?
Yeah, Basilisk Collar. Yeah, bracelet.
The
collar.
The rare.
Yeah, but that was 2 and 2, right? This is 1 and 2. You're not getting the lifelink, but there's a lot of, especially this coupled with, let's say, a creature like Polukranos, who's going to be pinging. Polukranos pinging, that's just a board wipe. So if you're running a deck with Polukranos, you might want to look into this. I think one-sided board wipes are good, don't you? Yeah. Who's that guy outside? Is this running too late? Too long? Archetype of Endurance. Okay, this is another of the archetype cards. Now this one, I think they're trying to be too conservative here. He's 8 mana. In 8 mana, he gives your team Hexproof, but do you really need it at 8 mana? By the time you're at 8 mana, do you really need Hexproof? So what are we looking at here? We're looking at an EDH card. And most players don't, most of your opponents, they hate Hexproof. So if you play this guy, you cheat him out, turn 3 or 4, you might get hated on in a lot of games. But, what's that one enchantment that gives your team Hexproof?
Oh, Asceticism?
Yeah, Asceticism. People play Asceticism all the time. Well, here's a creature, a 6/5 creature, that gives all your creatures that as well. But it doesn't give them to regenerate. Too long?
We started out with, like, red, in case you're wondering.
Oh, okay. So the rare in this pack was Temple of Malice.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, this is a really good box so far, huh?
Makes me want to buy a box.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, yeah. This guy is just heroic. He puts 2 counters on him. That's well above the curve. Obviously a good pick. And just a common.
He's a little brother to the Staunch-Hearted Warrior.
Yeah, I think he's better. Because it comes out earlier, and
the fact that he's a 1/1 for 3 isn't the problem. He just gets the 2 counters, and he can just keep on steamrolling after that.
Yeah. by the time he comes out, you can easily take over the game.
Agreed.
So, this one I like. This is an enchantment. It only costs 3. It activates heroic. We gotta say it with all the enchantments. They activate heroic. Yay.
It gives +2/+2, which is one of the
benefits.
It
gives +2/+2. So, in red, a +2/+2 spell enchantment that doesn't make them attack every turn is usually worth 2 mana. For 1 mana more, it gets another whole ability. You pay 2 colorless and 1 red, which you might say expensive, but late game, this is game breaking. Target creature can't block this turn. That's a game winner. You take that. Put that in your pile. We got Aspect, which is Devotion Grow spell. This is obviously good. Let's see. Here's the guy I was talking about before. I like this guy. I would play him as a 1-drop. He's a 1/2. He's a squire, right? A squire is a 1/2. He's a squire. Costs 1 white. He's a 1/2. You can bestow him and give 1/2. But the cool fact is the bestow is real cheap. So I picked this guy pretty highly. And we got a Reap and Sow, which puts 3.
Reap what is sown.
What? Reap what is sown, which is a really cool name. You close your eyes and you hear, oh, I got this magic card, Reap and Sow. Reap what is sown. You're like, black, right? That's obviously a black card. And then you open your eyes and you see a gold, green, white. And they're actually reaping what they sown. It's like, where's the imagination in this name?
Well, there's also the green card, Reap and Sow, which destroyed lands and also fetched lands too.
Yeah.
Playing cost.
Yeah. So, okay, it's a cool card. It has a parallel card in... this box is amazing. I peeked ahead. But it has a parallel card in Ravnica, right? That puts 3 counters on 3 separate creatures.
I believe so.
Each up to. Oh no, you can put 3. You can put all 3 counters on the same creature, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, but this one has 3 separate creatures.
Yes.
Each up to. So there's a significant.
But the fact that it targets means you can have 3 different heroic triggers go off.
Yeah. Okay. So we got Penetration. What did I screw that up? I'm trying to read it upside down. Peregrination. Don't even know. Whatever. We don't know how to say it.
They had it on the daily card on the mother site, and it comes from Roman.
Yeah, but I can't remember the name of the original card. Is you put 1 land into play and the other in your hand, and it costs 1 more because it lets you scry 1. That's basically right. 1 card goes to the battlefield, the other one in your hand. So it's the same as Convoke. No, not Convoke. If Don was here, he'd be able to answer it. No names.
Cultivate.
Oh, yeah, Cultivate. That's right. This is Cultivate for 1 more mana, which is fine. I mean, it's not as good as
With
Cultivate.
With
a scry. I mean, but it's not. I'd rather have Cultivate, to be honest with you. Here's one of my favorites, but he's really hard to get working. He's cheap. He's a 1/1, but you got to have a lot of combat tricks to really get it going here. But the thing that's really cool is he puts 2 1/1 white soldier into play, which can, if you can figure out a way, like if you bestow this with like a flying guy, which is really good way to do it, or the Intimidate guy, and they don't have anything that can block a white guy, this white creature card. Oh man, you can quickly take over the game. Or Spling Reef Drum, yeah. So there's a couple ways that are available and limited for you to really take advantage of this guy. All right, so here's the rare. Ooh, I got double rares. We got Spirit of the Labyrinth. Told you, this box is good, huh?
Jeez Louise. You said you got double rares. That one's the other one's foil, correct?
This one is not so good. It's not kind of disappointing. But yeah, Spirit of the Labyrinth. Now this card I love because I play Legacy, and this is going to be a good Legacy card in Death and Taxes, which is a non-blue Legacy deck. So it doesn't play Brainstorm. It doesn't play. Oh God, it's a little bit too late for doing this video. It doesn't play Preordained. It doesn't play. Oh my God. What's the card that draws that look at 3, put them in any order for 1 blue?
There's Preordained.
Oh, whatever. I can't remember.
All the 1-drop.
Yeah, all the 1-drop blue draw spells in Legacy that let you dig 3 deep. This stops all that. So, yeah, they can play it on their turn or your turn and still draw 1 card, but you're paying 1 blue to draw a card, which is still good. But it doesn't really have the game-breaking Legacy value that Legacy is known for. So those decks really become devalued. Plus, as an added bonus, it's a 3/1. So here you are playing against a control guy. They can't actually... You get this out on turn 2 or turn 1, some decks. they're not going to be able. They have to deal with this right away. If they can't deal with this, their whole engine's slowed down, and now they have a clock. This guy's a huge clock. This woman is a 3/1, huge clock. They got to deal with it. So I love this card. And if you have any foils, trade me. I will trade for the foil. Okay, so and then we got a foil. Speaking of foils, we got a foil rare here. And I really don't have much to say about this. This is Hunter's Prowess. I don't even know what it does. Let me read it here.
It's 3 abilities into 1.
Till the end of the turn, target creature gets +3/+3. Gains trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards. Okay, that's a fine EDH card. I'm not going to play it in Standard.
It wouldn't be seeing Standard play, but it might be a really good bomb in Limited.
Oh, all these cards are bombs in Limited. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is a good bomb in Limited. Well, I'd be happy to open this.
Yeah, the fact that it gives it trample.
Yeah, but
anything that can
here's the big thing with this card. It's a sorcery. So it's not a combat trick at all.
No, but it can set up stuff, too, if you know your opponent's tapped out. You can win condition.
Yeah. And important cards to go with all the Nyxborn. You got all these Nyxborn enchantment cards. They're just crazy looking because they have all the Starfield on them. Oh, let me put this over here. But at the bottom. Okay, let's get going here. Man, so far, good talks, huh? I'm due for some really bad rares. Here they come. So there we go. Hold at bay. I'm talking about that guy, but it's prevent 7 damage for 2. That's fine. It's a fine combat trick. Hey, this guy I like a lot. I know I passed him a lot. We didn't talk about him, but he's flying 2/2, so he's got the evasion, and he's got inspired, which is all the inspired cards should have built-in evasion to make them worth it. I mean, unless you have some other way to tap them. There's other ways to tap them. We talked about it, but this guy, all he has to do to get value is attack. He's a 2/2 flyer. When he untaps, draw a card. So this guy's fantastic. Yeah, he's 5 mana. Yeah, well, you can't have it all. He's slow, but guess what? Limited is usually a slow format. Okay. Way to the Underworld. I mean, there's not much to say. Here's a good, in Limited, here's a top pick removal spell. There's not much to talk about. I love Fall of the Hammer. Awesome in Limited. Crypsis again. Coin mark. Oh, here we are. Here's talking about ways to activate Inspired. Even if this guy didn't attack. Here you go. We'll play this guy. Well, they have a big flyer. I don't want to swing into him, so I just tap Springleaf Drum, which is from Mirrodin, I believe.
No, it was from Lorwyn.
Oh, yeah, Lorwyn. Yeah, it's from Lorwyn, and anyways, it's a really good card. I have it in all my Affinity decks, and I love this artwork a lot better, so I'm going to upgrade the artworks. But here he is, and then on your turn you untap him. Turn after you played him, bam, you're drawing a card already. So if they have a big guy, maybe you can draw an answer and deal with that guy quickly. I'm going to put that in the rare pile. Okay. This is going alright. Next rare is Satyr Fire Dancer. Now I don't know if this will see play in Legacy. Maybe. He's a 2/1. If in a straight burn deck, I might sideboard this or mainboard this in a burn deck in Legacy, because now you don't have to spend the burn spells. You can pitch all their burn spells at their face and still get their creatures. So from that, from that aspect as well, you're getting more value out of your things. You got to keep them alive, but you're playing Legacy, so
even in Standard, he's well worth it.
In a fish deck, he's fine too. You can protect him if you want to, but if you get 1 or 2 burn spells at him and you kill their creatures, that's so much value. He's worth running. So that's all I have to say about him. I really like him. Okay, last pack. So what's it going to be, Jared? What's going to be?
I don't know, Chuck. What is it going to be?
No, this guy I love. Oh, this is a good pack, man. Look at this pack. Look at this pack. What's Thunderous Might?
It's a decent combat trick.
Oh, he gets Fire Breathing Devotion. I love this. Lightning Volley. It's a good way to end the game.
The whole entire box, I only had 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wild Blight.
There is a good card. That's going to see standards. That's going to be a standard possible staple in mono black.
Yeah, target creature gets -3/-3, and all creatures in the same name. So take that, Pack Rat. -3/-3 into all your buddies too.
Pack Rat. The tokens from Master of Waves.
Tokens from Elspeth.
Whole lot of good targets.
Yeah, for just 2 black, you can't beat it. All right, last rare is Fated Intervention. Yeah, a lot of people are excited about this, but I think for 5 mana, green should be doing more than putting 2 3/3 tokens into play.
You get 6 power for 5.
You do get 6 power for 5, but my experience, this format is a 3/3, 2 3/3s for by turn 5. I want to be doing better than 2 3/3s. If it was 2 4/4s,
I've had it used in limited where it was a way they just won the game faster. I don't think he's. It might see standard play, in the green-white deck, but that's about it.
Yeah. So my last guy, I got a foil in my last pack here, and I gotta say this foil looks fantastic. It has the zombies in a what is this? Theros. The Theros zombies all have gold masks on their face. I don't know exactly what the story is, but just the way that they made this foil look with the gold faces and the gold shield looks fantastic. All right, well that was my opening, and I got a whole pile of land, which you get with everyone, which is always welcome, because somehow, no matter how many lands you get, you're always looking for lands. All right, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you later.
Have a good one, everybody.